Hey, howdy, friends. Welcome to Purl Perspectives. We are three Purls who are real life friends, if you didn't know that before. Welcome into our bi-weekly live stream. Today we'll be talking about our dorks, as per usual, what we're drinking, what we're wearing, what we're reading, what we're making, or knitting, I guess, more accurately. And then we'll transition into another topic of conversation, which today may or may not be the Olympics. And crafting, but mostly the Olympics. So get something cozy, get something warm to drink, or cool, depending on where you are in the world. Cozy on down on your couch and join us for a couple of hours of crafting and chatting.
I personally love the little jingle.
Me too. Best $5 you ever spent.
Best $5. It was actually $12.
Oh, okay.
Best $12 I ever spent. Hello.
Welcome in, folks. Welcome to Purl Perspectives. My name is Allie.
I'm Anahí.
And I'm Carine.
And we are three real-life Purl friends based here in Ottawa, Canada on this snowy Sunday, coming to you from Annie's living room.
And that little lump is Bilbo.
And this is Bilbo, the void.
The void.
That exists.
He's very, he absorbs the light, so you probably can't see him very well. But
yeah.
He's there. He's been extra cozy, so are we, I guess.
Yep. Good day.
We had a little bit of a taste of spring, and then...
yeah. Fall
and then
it snowed again.
I mean, it's not cold.
Part of the course.
It's just
it's cold.
A lot of snow. Because it's only -2 today.
No. Is it?
Yeah. When I left, it was -2. But it is snowy.
My phone says -4 feels like -9.
Okay.
And that feels like is what really gets me.
Yeah.
Like, it
but
might
it doesn't
not be that cold.
feel that bad.
No,
like,
it doesn't feel bad.
It's
relative.
really just snow. Like, the snow is very annoying.
There is a storm coming through the northeastern part of the U.S. right now. I think New York City is expected to get anywhere between 15 and 20 inches of snow.
Oh my
and
God,
so,
that's a lot of snow.
Because of how geographically close we are to the eastern seaboard, we get the fringe of those big blizzards. So it's snowing today. I think we're supposed to get maybe in the realm of 5 inches of snow. Mm-hmm. But you never know.
But it's snowing on top of snow because we already had a big dump.
Yeah, on Wednesday or something?
On Wednesday.
Yeah. So...
Is it snowing where you are? Do you get snow? Do you not get snow? Do you just get rain in the winter?
Are you lucky to live in a tropical place?
Are you
jealous.
on the other hemisphere and it's summer for you right now? And if so, I'm jealous.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I forgot to put my marker in marking my rows before we sat down. Oh, Annie, I see a ball of your fluff is just on the floor by your foot if you're looking for it.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
I'm fluffing today.
Well, why don't we jump right into our dorks?
Stabbing.
Who'd like to get started?
I can get started.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be looking down a lot today, because I'm working on some not knitting. Okay, my dork. What am I drinking? I made myself an extra caffeinated London Fog with vanilla, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Nice.
It was the little bit left of my loose leaf Earl Grey, and so I'm a little sad that it's now gone. But it's a damn good cup of tea, so I'm really enjoying that. And it feels like a treat because I usually when I make tea I don't take the time to steam the milk, but today I don't know, I was feeling special. My outfit, I am wearing a 100% cotton ranunculus. I call it my summer ranunculus. It doesn't have sleeves.
Good choice.
And I'm gonna let me know if you can see it on the screen because I'm gonna get up.
Yeah.
I got a white fleece, adorned it with some red bias tape, and I put some Canada patches on the back.
Lean down just a tiny little bit. There we go. Yeah, we can see it.
There she is.
Nice.
I'm actually quite excited. I'm happy with how it turned out. And yes, I got the idea from watching Shane Hollander wear it in Heated Rivalry. I'm not sorry. Mm-mm. And I know that they announced that they were going to release the fleece official merch. But I couldn't wait. I just wanted one.
Well, the company that's releasing it doesn't go past an XL in sizing. So,
oh my God, what?
Yeah. So
this is an XL. This is an XL. Like, you're telling me this is the highest that they go?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Like XL or 2XL, but it's not a size inclusive brand.
It is definitely not size inclusive.
What's the brand?
I didn't know that.
Province of Canada or something like that.
Province of Canada, do better. Fat people like heated Ravelry too.
Yeah. This fat person does.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna get one?
Probably not.
No?
I have a tendency to run extremely warm. And I don't know I guess fleece is just very insulating.
Yeah.
So I can't spend more than like 10 minutes in a fleece layer before I'm like, get it off!
Really?
So,
yeah.
I'm definitely toasty.
I wouldn't be because I can't walk with it. It has to be...
Because it's too warm?
Yeah, it's too warm. So it has to be something that I can walk with
yeah.
for like an extended period of time and I'm not going to overheat. And this
Fair
will
enough.
definitely...
Yeah.
Within like 2
They're
minutes.
so pretty though. And I love that they made the jacket specific for the TV show. Like they didn't actually lean into wearing like the official merch or try to replicate any of the official merch from the 2010 or 2014 games.
I don't even remember like the uniforms from 2010.
Well, this is part of it.
Oh, is it? Okay, I love it. Look at that. Oh, and it has the oh my god.
We'll get to it in my dork, don't worry.
Okay,
great. You should finish your dork.
Okay, so that's my outfit. What I'm reading, I'm onto a spooky book again.
Ooh.
To be fair, I hadn't been reading in a while, probably like 3 or 4 weeks. I didn't have a book on me, and now I started reading A House with Good Bones by Kingfisher, whom you might remember is now one of my favorite authors. I really like their style. I like their fantasy stories and their magical little plots. And I'm not sure how this book is categorized because the last few that I read from T. Kingfisher were young adult books. This one feels a little bit more off the rails, like more, like a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
And it's about a woman that moves back to her childhood home, which belonged to her grandmother, but her grandmother's dead, and her mom is acting extremely out of character, but like extremely out of character. And I just got to a point where like I really got freaked out because the main character is an entomologist. First of all, slay. Love that.
Yeah. That's
representation.
Bugs. The study of bugs is entomology.
Study of bugs. Yeah, so she's an entomologist for like a archaeology site or something like that. So if there are any bugs found on the dig site, the main character will be looking at them. Anyway, so she walks out to the garden that she remembers her grandmother kept, and grandma's been dead for years. Right, for years. And she walks out. The garden looks impeccable. Like it was kind of like left alone because her mom didn't really take care of the garden. She walks out and it's like time travel. The garden looks exactly the same. And here's the creepy part. She can't find any bugs anywhere.
Oh.
That does not track with...
No bugs anywhere. And they go through like lengths to explain, like she checked in between the petals for mites, she checks for spiders, she checks for worms, she checks for centipedes. Nothing. There are no bumblebees, there are no flies, nothing.
That's worrisome.
And
yeah, because like how can that garden flourish without...
How can it bloom at all?
Without bugs.
Without bugs pollinating. And so it's eerily quiet. Like she's standing outside and it's like the void levels of quiet because there are no bug sounds. And they're out in the sticks. So something's going on. And I'm a little spooked, but I'm loving it. I'm actually really excited to see what happens in this book. What I'm knitting, I'm not currently knitting. I'm working on a toast friend. This is a felting. Oh, it's a little bit too bright. This is a felting kit from Feltie. I don't really know where this company is from, but it was a new product at my local yarn store. They just had felting kits for beginners from this company called Feltie that came with like everything you need to make a little project, And this one's going to be a little toast with a knob of butter on the top. And I'm working on the toast part right now. I'm having so much fun with it. Look at this like chonke toast.
How do you make the sides? Like, how does this work?
So I started with a big sort of pillow of fluff, and then I flatten it out the sides.
Okay.
And the instructions say to just like go a lot in the very middle.
Okay.
So you essentially like work into the felt a lot deeper where you want the valleys to form.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you leave the rest of it alone and just like poke a little bit less on the outside.
Okay.
So that these indentations kind of
Form naturally.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, not naturally. I'm
You're-
manipulating it a lot.
Synthetically? No.
I just love how like
Intentionally.
when you stab it fast, it actually sounds like so it kind of sounds like a toast.
A little
You
bit.
see what I mean? Like if you were scratching the toast.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like butter on dry bread.
Well, as if you were like scratching the toast itself. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Can you
So
hear
that's what
Bilbo. He's like a little kid.
I'm telling you, he's getting really, really cuddly.
I just love it so
Maybe
much.
he's feeling the winter blues and he's like,
Yeah.
I need love.
Honestly, there's too much snow.
Who doesn't?
Too much snow.
Yeah. And my other project, which I'll get to in a minute once I finish with the crust of my toast, is I'm working on a little crochet basket.
So cute.
I've got the bottom down. This is a sample for a class that I'm going to teach on how to make these guys.
Oh, cool.
So this is the bottom of my basket. And you work it around a core of cotton braided cord. And you single crochet around. But the interesting part is that you have to manipulate it every few stitches so that the inner cord is stacking not perfectly, but like up on the sides.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So
it just
it's
keeps
going
kind of
upwards
billowing up.
instead of going outwards.
So this is my second attempt because my first sample I wasn't really paying attention much and it did not turn out pretty. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna keep my edges more vertical this time. So this is
Nice.
project number 2.
Yeah.
Cutie patootie. It's gonna be about this big and I'm gonna be using it as a basket to carry my project around. Just like a little
Nice.
project
nice,
bag.
nice.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
My dorm.
Before we move into the next door, is there something in the oven? Because it smells almost like something's burning.
Okay, let me check.
Yeah.
Just want to check.
Yeah, the stove
right.
is on.
Okay, the stove is on.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yep, no worries. Just don't want to burn down no houses.
Yep, no, I appreciate you. I'll tell you what it was.
What was it?
I had put water and baking soda on a pot that had the inside was like it had a stain,
Oh, okay.
and I was like gently simmering it, and I forgot that I was doing that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did it work?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
It's too hot to scrub
It's too
now.
hot.
That's true. Oh no.
Well, there we go. There we go.
Thanks, Allie.
No
You
worries.
just prevented a house fire.
Well, you know,
See
Bill
how
was
concerned he was?
so unbothered, but like
So concerned.
I always okay. So for those of you who are Canadian of a certain generation, mine, you may recall a Heritage Minute, a Canadian Heritage Minute from the late 90s, where it was like, "Doctor, I smell burnt toast," because it was like one of the first successful brain surgeries or something.
Yes.
And it was essentially a person was having a stroke and they were smelling burnt toast, and so it was like a celebration of the first successful surgery to identify where that was happening in the brain, which like then advanced research, etc. But the takeaway that most of us of my generation took from that single Heritage Minute was
The
"Doctor,
smell of burnt
I smell
toast."
burnt toast. So now whenever I smell something burning, I'm like, it's
Am
not
I
me,
having a
right?
stroke?
It's not me, right? I just live in paranoia for some reason.
At
so-
any reason, at any time, we could all have a stroke.
So I like to ask when I smell something burning to make sure I'm okay and that nothing is actually burning. And
But-
if it is, we deal with it.
I
Yeah.
just want to add a little caveat because women don't necessarily smell burnt toast.
No, they don't. But it like
when
that.
it's a stroke, it's a sign that's more.
Did the Heritage Minute have a woman?
Yes.
Because usually it's a yeah.
That's incorrect then.
So usually men are the ones who.
But
smell
at the
burnt
time,
toast.
it was revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not incorrect. People of all stripes do smell it. It's just less likely to occur in women.
Oh, is that right?
Smell a burning smell. But I'm paranoid, so.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the signs are different.
Yep.
Between men and women.
Yep.
Like like when you have a heart attack, they always say like, oh, you're gonna feel
chest pain,
your arm, like, is it the left arm or I forgot which arm?
It's this side.
So the left arm is gonna start like, but that's not like a lot of women don't have that. It doesn't happen to them. It happens to men, but it doesn't happen to women.
There's a lot of gaps in medical data.
Yeah.
100%.
For
There actually is a
patients.
really great book. I'm fully blanking on the title of it right now, but I will make sure that it is
I
below.
read that book.
Yeah, I'll make sure that it is linked below, but it's by an author by the name of Carine Criado Perez.
Yeah.
And she basically talks about the gap in research between
I can tell it's on my Libby.
Between men and women, and it's not just like medical, it's like all sorts of things. Like, for example, she's got a full chapter dedicated to like car safety and seatbelts, and how crash test dummies predominantly don't have breast shaping. Crash test dummies just have a flat chest emulating a male body. And so it's really an interesting book because it talks about where there are those gaps.
Invisible Women.
I would definitely recommend it. I purchased a copy of the book several years ago at the Hay on Wye Book Festival in Hay on Wye, Wales. I saw the author speak, and it was an absolutely fascinating lecture that she gave. And then I lent the book out to someone, and they still haven't given it back.
Oh.
Whatever. Oh, well. I'll just buy another copy. Not the end of the world. But it is a fascinating book, fascinating subject.
Yeah.
And it's really, like, another thing, I can't remember if she mentions it in the book or if it was something that she mentioned in the lecture that she gave at the book festival.
Yeah.
Was that Viagra, when it was first being created and studied, it had been originally created as a heart medication.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so a wide variety of people were doing testing with it, and several women who were taking it who reported back, they're like, I have no menstrual cramps, like this has been incredible for my period, that kind of thing. So people experiencing menstruation found that Viagra was incredibly helpful in managing that pain, but then obviously it became an erectile dysfunction drug because that's
what was marketable.
That was what was marketable, but it just goes to show how, like, these gaps in research exist, not just because the research isn't being done, but because the research isn't being prioritized.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
That little tidbit really struck me because I knew that it wasn't, like, Viagra wasn't a medicine that was developed for erectile dysfunction.
No, it was accidentally found that, oh, look, it creates this side effect, and then pretty much everybody jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting how, like, the research that funded that medicine to, like, be developed was for heart failure or circulation problems, but the developers chose not to use it as that, or sold the patent to another pharmaceutical, which is, like, really a shame because
because it could have helped a lot of people. And look at, like, how people are using, or not people, but, like, some people are using Ozempic, where there are people who have diabetes who need it to literally survive, and then there are people who take it just because, oh, it helps me lose weight. And look, no shame, but we do tend to do this thing where we'll see one problem, or not a problem, but, like, we'll see one thing that we could do with this medication, and then somehow something that is not necessarily a problem, more of something that could be dealt differently. And then we just, like, oh, we're just going to use it for that, and then we'll forget that first part. But these people still need the medicine.
Yeah. All that to say, if you have anything of concern in your medical life, go talk to your doctor. There might be a solution out there that you didn't realize was a solution because it wasn't necessarily marketed originally as a solution for that specific problem.
That's very true.
Again, disclaimer, we're not doctors. We're not health professionals. It's not advice. Is that what you're supposed to say?
It's opinion.
I'm not giving you medical advice.
Yeah. It's opinion.
I think that's how we
But I am giving you the advice to read Invisible
the book.
Women.
Yeah, read the book.
It is fascinating.
Go talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Get angry at the man. Get angry at the man.
Get angry at the man.
Maybe it's like the man.
Or people who keep doing this or
all right,
keeping this going. I guess this.
I'm gonna dork. My
Dork
turn
it.
to dork. So,
Dork it up.
what am I drinking?
Oh, that went all the way to the red.
Yo.
Sorry.
I'm drinking a beer. I'm having a raspberry jam stand from Nickelbrook Brewing Co., which is, are they down by London? No. Etobicoke, Burlington. They're in Burlington, so by the GTA, by Toronto. This is one of my favorite fruity sour beers, personally.
What fruit?
Raspberry.
Oh, raspberry, you said that. I feel really tame in comparison because I'm having tea.
Well, you know what? I did not go to a pub
Hi,
this morning.
Gloria! Welcome to the stream. What are you
morning.
drinking?
Hello.
What are you making?
Yes, I did not go to a pub this morning to watch the game, so I feel like I need to catch up to the rest of the city who started their mornings in restaurants and pubs. Because this morning, moving into my outfit, this morning was the gold medal game for the Winter Olympics for men's hockey between Team Canada and Team USA.
Yeah.
I'll give you one guess who I was rooting for.
2 guess.
2 guesses who we were rooting for this morning, and that was a nail biter.
I was dragged to a pub and I didn't really want to get up early and walk to a pub at 8 in the morning. But I'm glad I did because otherwise I would have missed it. It was a really exciting game. And I appreciate that my friend Julie said, like, oh, I don't really have to be paying attention because the crowd will tell me when I need to look up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, great, thank you.
Yeah.
I will know when to either cheer or be outraged.
Yeah.
Because other people will go, oh, at the pub, and then I'll look up from my knitting.
I went over to one of my neighbor's places, and she and I watched the game together, and I brought a very large batch of pancake batter, which started out as breakfast and then became commiseration pancakes.
It's just sad pancakes. Sad.
Well, no, the pancakes weren't sad. We were just sad eating the pancakes. So... Ooh, beanie and scarf.
What's the fraternity beanie?
Nice.
I want to see that.
No, maybe to match the colors of the fraternity
Oh,
that they're in, or they're making for somebody in a fraternity.
Sorry, Gloria. I thought
That's
the
my
beanie's
guess.
pattern was called a fraternity pattern.
But yeah, I'm wearing my 2010 jersey from when we won gold. I remember watching the game that day back in February 2010. It was...
What was I doing in 2010?
I don't know. Where were you living in 2010? Not here.
No, I wasn't here.
Okay. So
What were you doing?
what was I doing?
I just
Excellent
arrived
question.
here.
You just moved to Ottawa?
Well, 2 years prior, technically, but I was still like,
Early in
New.
Ottawa
yeah,
days.
very new.
I was watching the hockey game at 4 o'clock in the morning in the Canadian Embassy in Beijing.
Whoa.
Because
Nice.
that's where I was living at the time. My father was embedded in the embassy. Or he was posted to the embassy, sorry. So we and 60 other diplomats and families, Canadian diplomats and families, crowded into it wasn't the Canada Club. It was like one of the like larger like event function rooms at the embassy.
That's so
And
fun.
we set up, we had it all up on a projector, and because of the time difference, we were in China, the games were in Vancouver. The game started at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 or something in the morning. So we got up at before the sun to go set up the game, watch the game, and then we ordered McDonald's between the second and third period, and so a delivery of like 60 McMuffins. You know,
There were 60 people watching with you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it must have been more than that. But we had like hundreds and hundreds of like McDonald's meals
That's so
that we ordered in,
funny.
and that they were delivered, and we watched the game. And then as soon as the game ended, all of us Canadian kids got on the bus and went to school.
That's too funny.
Because it was like a Tuesday or something
Love
or whatever.
it. It's like,
And
I
so,
guess
like,
we gotta go study now.
so we all got on the bus, we all went to school, and then we're just like half asleep at school that day, and like we're all wearing our jerseys, and I have mine, and I was hoping that the luck of the 2010 gold would carry through, and unfortunately it didn't. We
did
lost in
not.
We
overtime.
lost tragically.
But that was a game.
It was such a good
But at
game.
least, I mean, look, full disclosure, I did not watch. I tend to feel like if I watch, things don't go my way. So I'm one of those
That's
people.
That's very witchy of
So
you.
no, but I'm always like, if I watch, then, and to be fair, they still lost. But like,
Yeah.
in older, or sorry, like other games that I've been, if I watch it, then things don't go well. So I tend to not watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could say it's a superstition, maybe. But at least it sounds like it was a good game.
It was very exciting.
It was very exciting. It was good hockey, but I noticed over the course of this tournament, there were a lot of penalty calls and plays that that should have been called that weren't. There seemed to have been, I don't want to say a lack of reffing, but I was confused by the refereeing. Again, not just of this game, but of the tournament as a whole. And it's really exciting to watch the best players in the world compete against each other.
Yeah.
And it was so frustrating as a Canadian because I think we ended up having like 51 shots on net and the Team USA had like 25 shots on net.
We were definitely out shooting them.
Yeah. And just, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to lose.
Yeah. They had just had an excellent goalie. Like, the
Yeah,
US goalie
Hellebuck.
was so good. He was like
Anyway.
twice the size of the net, so I'm not surprised that he was a good goalie.
Yeah. And you
But
know
he doesn't
what?
have to do much. It sounds like he's just stretching. He's like, I'm covering the whole thing.
The friend that I was watching with, she read something online that was really poignant where it was like, it was, I think it was like an MP or an MPP from Spadina, so like one of the ridings in Toronto, who was talking about how like, yes, we're heartbroken, we wanted to win as Canadians, but the U.S. really needed a win right now in this day and age. It's like something, like with everything that the states are facing, especially with the fact that like there is such cultural and political division in the states right now. And in particular, this MPP was like, I'm thinking of everyone in Minnesota in particularly, which is like colloquially known as like the state of hockey.
Yeah.
That this is some tiny spark of joy that they can have in the face of like ice raids and things like that.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it's something unifying, right?
Exactly,
Something
exactly.
that everybody can rally behind.
Yeah.
And so like it was a good point that like, yes, it
I'm gonna
sucked.
check the stove again because I still smell it.
Okay.
Sorry.
It was like, yes, it sucks that we lost, but like that is true. Like this could hopefully prove as like a unifying thing. Because last year during the Four Nations hockey tournament, Canada won, and it was a very unifying moment for our society. So hopefully this provides the same things for the States. It was really frustrating to not win, but
But you can't always win, right? So like sometimes it's okay to. I mean,
this is the first.
This is why I'm not an Olympic person, because I'm not a competitive for any means. I'm always like, everybody should win. Like
I feel like you are competitive.
Well, not
I feel maybe not in sports, but I feel like you are competitive.
not in sports at all. Because I really could not care less who wins or who loses.
No, but that's what I mean. You're not competitive in sports, but I feel like you're competitive in other aspects of your life.
Oh, maybe. But like in sports, not at all. So to me, it's just like, why can't everybody just win?
Get along.
Why can't we be friends?
Pretty
Why
much.
can't we be friends? Yeah.
If you didn't know that Annie and I shared a brain, we share a brain apparently.
Yeah.
Yo, yesterday when you were going to pay after the nail appointment, Amy looks up at me and she goes, "Oh, is that your sister?" And I was like, No, she's my
I mean,
friend."
at this point, I think you can just say yes.
But Amy, the technician Amy was
Yeah,
like, "But you
like,
have to
it's
see
still-
his face."
No, but even so, like,
I was like, "Okay."
I think you're at a point in the friendship where you could say, like, this is
See
not
it,
just a
please?
friend.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my sister from another mister.
Truly. Another time code or another time zone, another
That's
country.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we share a brain, and
That's
sometimes it's my turn to use it. But Ali keeps
Only one
forgetting
gets
to
it?
pass it along,
Yeah,
so I
sorry
just
about
don't have it for days on end. Yeah.
Anyway, it was really funny that she was like, "Is that your sister?" And I was like, "Nope." But I feel
Not
like
far,
you and
though.
I look more alike than I look to my actual sister.
No way, you and
No,
Meg
that's true.
look-
Meg and I do look a lot
You and
alike.
Meg look exactly the same. It's like someone took Ali and like stretched it out.
Yeah, true.
And then Meg was just appeared
Growing
out
up,
of nowhere.
everybody thought we were twins because she hit a growth spurt really quickly, like really young. And so at the age, between like age 2 to like age 8, we were the same height, same size. Even though she's 2 years younger than me, everybody thought we were twins. And my mom didn't help because she'd often dress us in matching clothing.
That's too funny.
So
and
that
now
was
she's
cute.
so much taller than you. Yeah, that's rude when your younger siblings grow
I mean,
taller
she did.
than you.
What was it? Like, she drank the milk
when
of...
when we moved to China, she was 14, I was 16, and when we moved to China, she was at a point in her life where she was drinking like 1 liter, 2 liters of milk a day.
Ew.
Which
Christ.
here in Canada, not a problem. But over there, at that time, I don't know if the practices have changed, but over there, all the milk is shelf stable. So it's like, I don't know if that means it's like extra pasteurized or what, but it's all like shelf stable milk.
Because
and-
it's Tetra Packed.
Okay, Tetra Pak.
Just it's same in Mexico.
Okay, and on top of that, all of the cows are injected with growth hormones to like produce more milk. And so when you're drinking 2 or 3 liters of milk a day,
you get tall.
Those growth hormones are really hitting your system. And
Yeah.
considering she was in puberty at the time, it was like this perfect storm. She grew like 8.5 inches in height in 3 months.
Oh my god.
Right? 3
Her
months.
bones must have been hurting.
They were back and forth to the doctor. They're like, what's happening? And ultimately she was told to stop drinking milk. And to this day, she like doesn't really drink cow milk anymore. It's like all
she had
almond
too
or
much
oat
of
or
it.
whatever.
Probably,
She's like turned off of it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I'm getting turned off of milk in my old age.
yeah. I'm just lactose intolerant.
You know, like I'm having milk right now. It's not that much, but I feel like I used to really love having a glass of cold milk, and now it can't. I don't know. I can't imagine having a lot of milk, just like straight out of the.
Hey, if you enjoy it, drink it. If you don't, don't.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's like it has to do with like the development of our palates. If you stopped having something for a long period of time, like you lose the taste for it
or the interest. Yeah,
like a glass of chocolate milk today doesn't hit the same way as a glass
really
of chocolate
doesn't.
milk when I was 12.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it just hits different. Like today, if I went to France last fall, and when I came back, one of the first things I requested when I was picked up at the airport was a cold can of Diet Coke.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't find that?
Well, like it's like Coke Zero, but it's just not the same. I don't like Coke Zero. Anyway, so I was like, I just want that aspartame. Whereas as a teenager,
Gloria says she loves milk. So glad, so happy for you. I hope my taste for milk comes back, because right now I'm not feeling it. Maybe because it makes my tummy ache.
But like a cold glass of pineapple juice every day, if I had access, I would drink a cold glass of fresh pineapple juice every day. That's where it's at for me.
I think
That
for me it would
delicious.
be apple cider. Every day, all day, like no problem. Like this, but I feel like in the fall specifically when it's like freshly made, it's like
apple
the
cider.
best. Oh,
I love apple cider.
But
I
and
like fizzy apple cider.
Yeah. Well, no, not me. I don't like fizzy, but I do. I only drink it in the fall, and I think
really?
that's what makes it so special. So like if I drink it now, it's gonna taste good, but it's not gonna be the same.
Cold cider or hot cider?
Cold. I like cold.
Cold
Cold,
cider.
alcoholic and non-alcoholic. I drink them always.
I like hot cider. It's so good.
I do like hot cider. That is good, especially when it's like mulled hot cider and it's been sitting and steeping and spicing all afternoon. Delightful. All right, what am I reading? I am currently reading. I'm just crawling my way out of a reading slump. I think I mentioned that last week. I'm currently reading a non-fiction book by the name of Balance by Andrew Hallum. It's about balancing like financial responsibility and like finding joy in life.
Oh, that's so hard.
Yeah, I figured I would read something that I don't normally read, and I've been doing more research into just like financial literacy and stuff like that.
Has anything resonated with you so far? Like, I don't know how deep you are into this book yet.
Yeah, I'm like 2/3 of the way through. What really so far has stuck with me is the concept of like you can like make investments and you can do things for yourself for like financial independence and security, but you don't actually have to put a lot of work into it to have like positive results come out of it, right?
Interesting, yeah.
So and that's like particularly investing. I'm one of those people where when I want to learn something, I spend 6 to 10 months researching, reading, getting as much information as I can, not seeking advice from other people because I don't want to be
swayed in any other direction.
Yeah, I don't want to be swayed in any other direction. So I just like, I read academic literature. I read, depending on what subject it is that I want to learn, like technical information related to that. 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. I'm like getting as much information as I can. And then once I feel like I fully understand something, then I start talking to other people about it.
Interesting.
If that makes sense. Because I don't want other people's opinions and ideas and actions to sway. I just want like, obviously no information is unbiased. That is impossible. We're humans. We all have biases. But I would rather just read like nonfiction academic information from all stripes before talking to the people in my orbit about it.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, so right now I'm like just reading about like financial literacy and just like getting a better understanding of what investing means and how it functions and like all that kind of stuff, because I would like to do that in the future. I'm finally in a place in my life where I can save money that way.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I just want to get all of the information that I can before I talk to other people about it and before I start actioning it.
That makes me so happy. You have no idea.
It's a really good realization to like have that concept of like, it doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to take a lot of effort, but you can still have good results depending on what it is that you're expecting to happen.
And there's something about doing the research yourself that no amount of like talking to someone can give you. Like it's the same thing as when you're in school and they tell you, like, they don't give you the answer to the problem, they tell you try to fix the problem yourself first. That's the same thing. It's easier. Well, not
That's
easier.
called PBL.
It makes it harder. It sounds like it's harder, but it's gonna stick with you much longer.
Yeah.
And it will make things easier in the long run than if you were just given the answer.
Which I can't. Here's the thing. The way my brain functions is logic first, emotion second. That's how my brain processes pretty much everything. Logic first, emotion second. And so for me, having gone through like academia for so long, my research skills are like so, like I've had time to perfect them for what works for my life, my research skills. And so research is something that I'm very comfortable doing. And so I'm more than happy to be like, I'm going to dig into a subject for an extended period of time before I act on it, because then I can act on it fully cognizant of all of the factors. Anyway, that's just how I do things. I do have a couple of like, what's it called? Nonfiction books, fiction books on deck. Literally, there's like a pile of 15 books on my TV stand waiting for me to start. But I just want to finish this one first so that I have a chance to like process the information before I start anything else. But I don't know which one. Maybe I'll post a photo of my book stack after this podcast episode, and then people can like help me choose which one to read next.
Go to Instagram. Purl Perspectives.
In like 2 hours. or after 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, February 22nd.
And vote for what book Ali should read.
Yeah. So I have then that way you can help me choose. There's a lot of I don't want to say the word fluffy, but there's like a lot of like romance in there. There's a couple of fantasy in there. There's a couple of like contemporary comforting stuff. Yeah, comforting stories. So yeah, that's it.
I love a comfort story.
Yeah.
She said as she's reading a horror book.
Some people find comfort in that.
Yeah.
Some people find comfort in that.
You know, I think I've said this before, but one of my friends told me that when she had really high anxiety, she would watch horror movies because they build up tension and then the tension is resolved. And she could feel the relief at the same time as the movie resolved itself.
So she found it
would help her. It was comforting.
So she found it as a way to like help her regulate?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because like she was like, because the thing about anxiety, if you've ever had it, is that it does not make sense.
No.
Your brain makes these feelings that put you on high alert or on high stress, and there really is no stressor around you. You just like, for no good reason, are having a really bad time that day and thinking that something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So she was fabricating that feeling by watching a scary movie, and then the closure of that problem being solved also gave her feelings of relief.
That's so smart.
And I think that you're right. Like, a lot of people might find comfort in that kind of like high stress story, because it comes to a close,
guaranteed
you
resolution.
Get closure.
Yeah.
Huh. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Brains are weird.
Brains are weird. When you think about how many freaking chemicals are floating around in there, like, wowie wowerson.
Wowie wowerson for sure. What are you knitting?
What am I knitting? Today I am knitting. Not spinning. Not cross stitching. Today I am knitting.
Not needle felting.
Not needle felting. Or crocheting. I don't actually really crochet though, so that's not.
You know how to.
Yeah, I have the basic mechanics, but I don't particularly enjoy the ergonomics of it or the look. But that's just my opinion. My opinion doesn't matter.
You're allowed.
I am currently knitting a pair of socks. They are, if I can just slide forward without disturbing the pup. I think that's impossible. I am knitting a pair of socks.
So cute. Look at all that texture.
I love it.
So these are the Branches socks by Oh, I've forgotten her name. It'll be down below, don't worry. But this is from 52 Weeks of Socks, Volume 1 from Lina Publishing. This sock is an all-over lace sock, but I decided just to do the lace on the leg.
Branches, you said?
Branches, yeah. And I have had this yarn in my stash for so long. It's Manos del Uruguay.
Oh, I love their stuff.
No, I don't have the tag. I can't remember the name of the colorway, but it'll all be linked in my Ravelry project page. And this is yarn that I picked up because I thought it looked like an aurora.
It does!
Like Aurora Borealis.
Like, there's like a stripe of green.
You're
kind
right,
of
right? And so I bought this yarn because I was really in love with the color, but I didn't know what to do and I wanted it to be a special project. So I bought this yarn in 2019. And I've hung on to it for almost 7 years.
She looks great
being
for 7.
like, yeah, she's a lady.
She's a lady.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I decided, I was like, no, I'm gonna knit with it. So I pulled it, I wound it up, and then I opened up 52 Weeks of Socks, and I picked the first pattern that I really liked. And I was like, that's what I'm doing. And I'm very glad at my decision. The lace is a little bit less obvious because of like how variegated the color is.
Yeah.
But
you can see it.
Love it. I love it so much. And I'm very excited. These are going to be for me. I have a couple of other projects, but this one is what I want. I didn't know what I wanted to work on until I arrived. Alright, now I can get comfy
Me
again.
too, girl.
I was about to say now I can get cunty again, but that's not... I mean, yes, but I meant comfy. Now I can get comfy again.
Those are different things, but yes, okay.
No, let's be.
You can
Let's
always
serve.
you can always get cunty in my house.
No, yeah, but it's different from comfortable.
Yeah,
Is
for
what I'm
sure.
doing.
Probably a lot less comfortable.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
So that's my dork.
Love
I am
that.
Drinking a beer, wearing a jersey, reading a book, knitting a sock. Dork.
Honestly, like hockey dork, knitting dork on the other side.
I had brought knitting with me to the game this morning, but I think
You're too excited.
I think I knit like one row and then I was like, I can't do this. And it was during the intermission and I was like, I can't do it. So I put it down. Yeah. I was like, no, I can't do it.
Kenan, what are you drinking? What is your outfit? What are you reading and what are you knitting?
All right. For drinking, I can tell you what I drank this morning because this is just water. So this morning I hadn't had that in a while, and I just had a nice straight matcha from the source, I guess, or just the nice like frothiness of just normal matcha.
A straight matcha.
So
I didn't know matcha came in genders.
well, straight as in like there's nothing you add to it. You don't add milk, you don't add
Just
sugar,
matcha.
you don't add, it's just
Not as in the boy
matcha.
matchas that like girl matchas.
Yeah. I don't think there's such a thing as girl
Girl
or boy.
matcha?
It's they matcha.
No. Matcha is not binary. Let's be real.
Exactly.
That's true.
Matcha is all.
Matcha is all.
Matcha is all and none at the same time. Matcha is
Love
everything.
that for matcha.
So it was nice. I haven't done it in a while, and it just there's something about the like making it because you gotta use that little whip
The
and you
routine of it, yeah.
Like
Oh,
that's just,
because
like,
you have the whisk?
yeah. So you have to like you can't just I don't know. It's not like whipping coffee or tea which usually I just drink tea, which is fine. But this one you have to do that little extra thing that's really
Hi,
nice.
Moon.
Hi. So that's what I drank this morning. Outfit, I decided that I didn't want to overheat, so I'm wearing the Rocket Tee.
Such a nice color.
One of the two that I have, which first time this year, so yay. Very nice and comfortable.
I love the Rocket Tee. The Rocket Tee by Tanis Lavallee. I don't even know when that pattern was released, but
we saw her at Knit City Montreal in 2023 because it was our first year, right?
and she was wearing it.
We were wearing it.
No,
we wore it the next summer.
But the year before that,
Yes.
we saw Tanis Lavallee wearing the Rocket
Yeah,
Tee.
in 2023.
And I recognized it because I had seen Amy Palco from the Meaningful Stitch making a Rocket Tee, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna make that. Like, who wants a mohair T-shirt, right? And then I saw Tanis wearing it at Knit City, and I was like, okay, maybe I do want it.
So then we made
And
them
we
in
made
2024.
Yep.
And wore them to the following
Knit City Toronto 2024.
I kid you not, like 20 other people were wearing Rocket Tees.
And then we took a photo with her of us all wearing our Rocket Tees.
I think it's one of those patterns that just exploded.
Yeah.
And
It's just like look at it.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
perfect.
it's so easy to make.
Mhm.
It's the
Very versatile.
It's also it's a very nice construction. Like, why wouldn't you do it?
Do we have a group off of YouTube? We are on Instagram.
Yeah.
At Purl's Perspectives.
That's
Yeah.
right. Purl Perspectives.
Hold
Purl
on. I have a sticker on the back of my phone.
No, I don't think
Angle
we're.
it. Purl Perspectives at Instagram. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That's so faded.
We
wow,
can put
I
it.
really need
We
to
can put
replace
it in the
these.
chat or.
So we have had a mitten knit along and a rocket tee knit along over on Instagram, which was very fun. And to be fair, the people that we ran into were not. It's not that they were in our knit along.
No.
But they separately also found the rocket tee.
Yeah. Like I said, it was just one of those.
It had a moment
patterns.
that summer.
It
Yeah.
really did.
Kind of like the.
Yeah, it really had a moment that summer.
Jesus.
The ranunculus?
No.
The love note?
The love note, right? That's another one that had, well, ranunculus as well, but like the love note also had that little moment. Like there's always, I can think of a few, but there's a few patterns that just like everybody went like,
They just go
ate shit for
viral.
them.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I need to make this.
Yeah. Hey, when a pattern's great, a pattern's
Sometimes
great.
I just feel the itch and I have to cast on immediately.
And I think sometimes it's not just the pattern, it's seeing the different iteration of that pattern on different bodies, different color combination, different fiber types, and you're like, oh, because I see patterns sometimes, I'm like, this looks cute. But it's only until I see, it's not until I see them in the wild and like in different shapes and sizes.
Yeah, and
I'm like, oh, I can make it with this color or this shape or this fiber. And then all of a sudden, now I want to make it. But if I had just looked at the original pattern, I would have been like, meh.
Yeah, I remember when we started knitting our rocket tees, you were a little reluctant at first because you're like, I don't know if that's going to be flattering on me or not. And then you're like, but I'll knit it anyway, no big deal. And now you're like, this is one of my favorite garments.
Yeah, and I have two.
Yeah, and you've knit yours like long and slightly oversized. I knit mine more fitted and cropped. And they look like completely different things.
I want
following
to
the same
crop
patterns.
I want to fit it cropped one now because the one that I have I also made it oversized and it grew a little bit too much because I'm a loose knitter. So now I want to make another one that's a little bit more fitted because I do think they're a great like everyday outfit. I don't know if you feel this way too, but sometimes the things that I made by hand to me feel like special occasion. So I'm almost hesitant to wear them like to the supermarket or to the office, you know.
Well, I can tell
I'm getting
you,
better at that. But...
Me, to a certain degree, but Matt, 100%.
Yeah.
I have to like not force him, but I have to like remind him, hey, you have knits that you can wear. He's like, but I don't want to, hurt them. Like,
and I think the problem is that I keep making statement pieces, right? And then I have a hard time styling them. But the rocket tee specifically, even if you made it flashy, it's still a really elegant, simple silhouette that just fits, and you can wear it with jeans with a skirt, dress it up, dress it down, put it use it as a layer. It's so nice. Think more of a Discord server freestyling a top that I really need help with. We do have a Discord server, but it's unrelated to this.
Yeah, we don't have a Purl Perspectives Discord server.
Unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, but I believe that YouTube has a community forum, so if you post your question there, we might be able to help you. Or
this is news to me, but I'm excited to investigate.
Or if you post it on Instagram and tag us, we'll be able to see it for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I love knitting dilemmas.
Well, it's always nice if.
I'm gonna make a guess off of Moon's handle that it's crochet and not knitting. I could be wrong.
I can help with that.
Yep. Yeah, you are the crochet
expert here.
Crocheter.
Crocheter. Crocheteer?
Yeah, why not? Crocheteer.
Crocheteer?
Why not? Choose the name you wish to use, and then we will follow suit.
Crochet enthusiast.
Yeah. There you go.
Hooker. I'm a hooker.
So, what are you reading, Carine?
I just finished reading I never thought I would get into it, but a bully romance that was surprisingly interesting.
Okay.
Is it like enemies to lovers or like?
So it's best friends turned enemies, and then lots of miscommunication, and then you find out that like
They were in love the whole time.
Ish, but it's not really that. It's like there was a lot of miscommunication that led to the rivalry. rift, so that they kind of like went their separate ways and became like on opposite side of the I want to say like the high school politics, but and then they kind of like find their way. It was okay. It's called literally Bully by Penelope Douglas, if I'm not mistaken. And what I found interesting is that after the book was released, the author came out with another book called Until You, which is, so Bully is her perspective, Until You is his perspective of the exact same story. So it was interesting because it's like
Midnight Sun.
Yeah, it's like two different books, and she at first apparently she didn't want to do that, but then a lot of people kind of like told her we want to see like his perspective, because it's not like it wasn't enough, so it was kind of nice. So that was I finished that, and now I'm currently reading something called Branded, which is cowboy romance. So
I was gonna ask like for cows.
No.
You're getting around the genre.
So I'm gonna say this. I don't read a lot of nonfiction because I spend my entire living moments reading nonfiction for work. And it sucks my brain, especially since a lot of that.
More work.
Yeah, especially since a lot of that is current affairs and politics related. So I do literally feel like my soul is being sucked out every day. So I kind of have to like put it back in with very, very light, stupid, funny things that I don't have to think about, or like. And I find that that like romance. I've never read a cowboy romance before, so it was interesting for me. I'm still in the middle of it. I think I'm 1 quarter in. It's okay. Like, it's not my cup of tea as much as others things would be, but like I was gonna say I'm in it for the ride. I'm enjoying the ride so far.
It's nice to diversify once in a while.
It's kind of cute. It's like this mistaken identity kind of thing, and like there's it's kind of like a very slight or very loosely inspired by Romeo and Juliet, where they have two rancher families who like hate each other for you don't know why yet, because I'm not there yet, but apparently they're enemies. And then there's one the one boy from the family kind of like kidnaps the girl from the other family, but it turns out she's not actually the girl from the family. So it's kind of a whole thing. I've only gotten to the point like to about a quarter, maybe a third in, so I'm not really like, I don't know much of why things are happening. I just know that there's this Ravelry and there's cows involved and horses and shit.
I think this is probably the first time that what we're all reading does not connect in any way in the Venn diagram.
That's true. It's so different.
We have a bit of an overlap.
Absolutely no overlaps between what the three of us are reading. The Venn diagram is like...
So,
in different spheres.
Absolutely not in the same
Moon
graph.
has asked, any Stephen King fans? I'm a wimp. I'm a huge wimp.
I love Stephen King. I love horror. I've been...
You do?
I watched... Okay, so for anybody who knows horror, I've watched Hellraiser at the age of 5, and I did not blink.
Wow.
So, to say I love horror is an understatement. Please, by horror, I really mean... psychological horror. I'm not into gore. Yeah. I'm not into like, I don't need to see like 50,000 liters of blood falling for me to like it.
But which Stephen King books have you read?
Pet Sematary, It was special. I did prefer the movies on that one.
What else?
I'm trying to think. Oh, well, The Green Mile, which was probably my favorite of all.
The Green Mile?
Yeah.
I remember reading Christine when I was a teenager and I loved it.
No, you know what? I take it back. The Mist. Which is not a book. It's more like a novella.
I still hide behind the couch, and I'm just going to be 46.
There's nothing wrong with that. The Mist is probably my favorite out of all of his. It's a very small novella, ish. I don't even know if it qualifies as a novella. Anyway,
I think it's under 200 pages as a novella. I don't know.
It's been a while, so and they did a TV adaptation of it. So they did a TV adaptation and they did a movie. The TV adaptation I have never watched. I have no idea. But the movie, I enjoyed it very much.
Was that an M. Night Shyamalan one?
I have no idea. So if there's like a few movies that came out with the word "The Mist" in the title, so it's not. So his is called The Mist, and essentially, without giving too much away, if you want to watch it. It's a small town because of course
The mist eats people?
no. There's a mist that kind of like just like seeps into the whole city or town, and then people are like, what the fuck? And a group of people get trapped or like locked into the grocery store.
Yes, that was M. Night Shyamalan did turn that into a movie.
He did? Okay.
I'm pretty sure he did.
And
in a grocery store?
Yeah, so essentially the horror in this story is not the mist.
It's how people respond to the mist?
It's how people respond
capitalism.
to the mist. So that's, I mean, yes, there is something in the mist, 100%. Yeah. But if you really read and you really watch, this is not about the things in the mist. This is really about humans being humans. And like in the worst of possible
humanity.
way.
Yeah, the worst of humanity.
And the best as well. Like maybe not the best, just better. You have good and you have bad, but it's very like the horror is, like I said, the horror is a little different than what you would expect. And I enjoyed it because it has a really nice twist ending, and I'm always here for a surprise twist ending, especially in horror. I really don't, for a cliche horror, if I'm into it or like, okay, fine. But more often than not, I prefer when it surprises me.
Yeah.
It has to be something that gets like I did not expect. It doesn't need to like, I don't really get scared, so it won't necessarily scare me, but it has to like be like, oh shit, that's nice. Like,
well, in direct opposition of two people who do consume horror related content, I'm a huge wimp, go out of my way to avoid horror, but I will say this about Stephen King: I do want to read 11/22/63. That is a book that want to read. I'm just looking. I want to thrift a copy of it, so when I go to thrift stores, I wait and I see if I want to. If I can get a copy. But essentially, 11/22
it's good. Okay, I'm gonna
23 is a book where, and I haven't read it yet, so this is probably not all correct, the main character goes back in time in an attempt to stop the Kennedy assassination from happening.
Mm-hmm. What?
But he goes back earlier, like he doesn't
too
go back
too far.
He goes, well, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but he lands like several years before the assassination, and he like gets embedded in the time and like builds a life and whatever. And so that's all I know of it. But
that's pretty cool.
But several friends have told me who've read it, they're like, you would love this book. So I am looking to thrift a copy. So when I find a copy at the thrift store, I'll buy it and then I'll read it.
There you go. I don't usually read Stephen King. Like, I don't seek it out. But I like the adaptations. And like I said, I read a couple of his books when I was a teenager and enjoyed them. I don't know that it's one of my favorite things to do, though. I would much rather be scared for 2 hours watching a movie than for like a few weeks.
I think for me, Stephen King is nice, but I do prefer Asian horror.
You do?
They do it well. We tend to, so North America or Western society, I guess, I don't know. Cinema tends to do more. It's more about the sound effects and the goriness and the surprise factors and the.
I do not like jump scares.
Yeah, which is like I feel like it's a bit of a cheap shot. Like, it's really easy to just do that. Kind of like going in a house and going like, okay, like whatever. Like, it's not. It doesn't really do anything. It's cute, but it's. I mean, yeah, it can be scary, but it's not scary. It's the only reason it's scary is because you didn't expect it. Yeah. Right. So. But in a lot of Asian movies, especially Korean and Japanese, they have usually very, very small budget. So they're not into special effects. There's not going to be that much blood or gore, if at all. It's usually more about the storytelling and how, like, the people look and how they behave. And, like, if you, for anybody who knows, The Ring, the original is Japanese. And in The Ring, it's all about the way that the character, the girl that comes out of the well, how she walks and how she... And the English version of The Ring didn't do it justice, in my opinion, because the Japanese version, when she comes out of that well, it's so much creepier. Because it's the way that she moves.
What you're saying is, and this is like very broad brush, that like Asian, Eastern horror genre is deeply unsettling versus Western American cinema, which is scary.
Well, I want to say more scary, but in a sensational way. Like, big. Go big or go home.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking versus unsettling is what you're kind of what you're...
You know what? Yes, unsettling, because it's much more subtle. That's why I like it. Because it's very... Like, it's still going to be scary. There's still going to be moments that you're like, what happened? but it's the scariness is more subtle. It's more like it seeps into your bones like slowly, and then by the end of it, you're like, what did I just watch? Like it's just versus Western, which is more like a very big build up, and then you get to like that like
shock factor.
But no, you know what? I take it back. It's kind of like this. You have waves because you'll get like it starts slow and then you go up and then it builds and there's like one scary scene and then nothing. One scary scene and then nothing. One scary scene and then maybe a little bit more scary scenes and then it gets progressively more. But with a lot of Asian stories, I find, and again, Korean and Japanese is what I'm more known for, or what I watch more. It tends to be a little bit more like this, where it slowly creeps and then you get to the end and you're like, what? And it doesn't go down necessarily, where in
it's a gradual
where Western culture there tends to be a bit like that idea that it needs to be resolved, whether it's a good ending or a bad ending. But
I need it to be resolved.
With Korean and Japanese, sometimes they don't resolve it, or they do, but like not the way you would want it them to. So it's kind of like that unsettling feeling doesn't necessarily go away when you're done. So it's different. It's different. You have to, again, I enjoy it because I feel like it's more, I don't know, like it maybe because I'm so desensitized from the Western side. So like those stories tend to be a bit more like, okay, now my heart's pumping a little bit more. Now I'm like actually into it because it really is, it's psychological. It really messes with your head, not with your senses necessarily. Right? So it's different. I like it. If you and then The Ring is actually, they actually have a book of The Ring. Not only do they have a book, they have a comic book too. So like depending on what, like The Ring came out in every possible medium you can think of, probably.
It was so popular.
That's why
I remember I don't remember if it was in high school or when, but we got together for a sleepover, my friends and I, and we watched the American version of The Ring, followed by the Japanese version of The Ring. And I don't know why we thought that was a good idea, but I had a bad time.
Yeah, that's a little extreme, 2 at a time.
And then, not happy with that, we did it again some other time, and we watched the American version of The Grudge.
The Grudge, yeah.
And then the Japanese version of The Grudge. Don't do that. That's too scary.
Didn't really like it. I'm not gonna lie, that one.
No,
I didn't. It wasn't my cup of tea.
I don't remember exactly what happens, but I remember being a teenager and being extremely spooked by The Grudge.
But again, I think for me it's just because I had a father at the age of 5 who, when I woke up and was like, I can't sleep, my dad's like, come and sit with me, we'll watch TV together, and he was watching Hellraiser, and I don't think he put 2 and 2 together. I don't know, or maybe he was like, oh, she's gonna be scared and she's gonna run away in 2 minutes, and then I just watched the whole movie with him. My mom was not there. She could not. she did not know this was happening.
She would have stopped it.
She probably would have stopped it. But I'm okay with it. I don't mind at all. I've watched all the classics and I've enjoyed most of them. Not all of them. I do feel like sometimes, especially when there's series, one is fine, and then when you get to the second, third, and fourth, you're like, okay, this is getting
repetitive.
ridiculous.
And what are you knitting?
Yeah, I am knitting. I am knitting. I'm currently knitting the ribbing of my Arctica sweater.
So nice.
So I technically I put it on, and I'm still technically, I was supposed to go 2 more inches before I started the bind off, but then I put it on and I was like, okay, I don't know how much this is going to stretch when I pluck it.
Is it full?
And it's already where I want it to be, if not a little bit more. Yeah. Let's not, like, so I ended up...
And it's 100% alpaca too, so there's drape in that.
It's definitely going to
alpaca stretches quite a bit. Yeah.
So, and I don't mind if it's too long, a little longer. I just don't want it to be like a tunic. So I figured let's stop here and bind off.
Yeah. Amazing, so
that's where I'm at. After that, I only have the sleeves left. Yay.
Whee!
So close.
And then I can move on with my life.
Man.
What's next for you?
Finish a project. You're going to do the matching one, aren't you?
No, probably not. The reason I say this is mostly because my partner is obsessed with another sweater that he wants me to start.
The Viking knits one?
Yeah, so I might just, depending on how long it takes me to finish these, and because I'm going to get the yarn at Knit City, so I might start a project, but then when I get the yarn to do what he really wants me to do. I'm going to put that project aside and I'm going to work on his, because he wants a hoodie. Yeah. So it's a Viking hoodie. It's not Viking, but like
it's from the Viking Knits book.
Yeah, so I call it the Viking hoodie, but it looks really nice, and super cozy, and it's very much his style. So I think he's going to be very happy with it. And more importantly, it's not brioche or half fisherman rib. It's just stockinette.
Speaking of brioche fisherman, I was going to say, did you guys see the Lanark sweater?
I bought it already.
The Lanark sweater update from Rebecca Clow.
So the Lanark sweater is a zip sweater. It's a drop shoulder construction. She created it in half fisherman's rib like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Beautiful design. Recently, and by like recently I mean like last Friday, she released an update to the pattern that involved an all-over stockinette version that was
beautiful.
Also graded to masculine fits. So the original pattern was graded to a full feminine sizing silhouette, but truly was a unisex pattern. Like several projects in the completed projects tab were on male bodies and just gorgeous, well-fitting, well-constructed. But she decided to grade it again for a masculine fitting size chart and also create it in stockinette, and
it's Gorgina George. Yeah. And if you didn't know already, this is a Rebecca Clow Stan account.
Yeah.
I love that woman's design.
This is
my God.
A Rebecca Clow Stan account. I'm knitting the Lusk tee right now.
That's so funny.
Another one of her patterns.
Yeah. I am so excited for the updated Lanark because I wanted okay, this is gonna be a little petty, but I've been really itching to get a half zip, but I wasn't feeling the brioche like the fisherman, so I didn't buy the Lanark when it came out a couple years ago, and I really didn't want to get the one from Petite Knit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know. It makes me feel a little awkward.
I'm not a fan of hers.
But I liked the fit of the Lanark, and now it does come in stockinette. So this lady's gonna get knitting a Lanark half sweat.
I want to knit one for my dad. So I've knit my sister several sweaters. I've knit my mom a couple of things, a couple of garments, and I've knit my dad many pairs of socks, but I haven't knit him a sweater yet. So I want to knit him a sweater, and he loves wearing the half zips, like it's his preferred like sweater shape. And I want to knit him the Lanark stockinette so bad.
Yeah, I know.
So I need to get his wife in on this so that she can like swipe me a sweater
of
his
that
so
fits
that I can
well.
so that I can get the measurements off of it. And I think his wife will be so invested in this because my dad loves Under Armour, right? So like 90% of his clothing that's not like work suit and tie is like Under Armour athleisure, right?
That's too funny.
And Anna is like, I'm sick of it. It's your whole closet. It's Under Armour. You need to diversify. And he's like, everything fits me so great. I love it. And she's like, fair, but you don't need 100 Under Armour shirts and like 20 Under Armour pullovers.
But
maybe he does. You know,
no, he really doesn't. He really doesn't.
I mean, I'm very much one of those people that believes that if you like a piece of clothing, you can have more than one.
But if that's the entirety of your closet and it's encroaching on her half of the closet,
that's true.
Because the volume is too much, I can understand where she's coming from. So I really want to knit him the half zip. I need to look at the pattern, and then I think I might see about buying yarn at Knit City.
That would be so exciting. If I were to make it, and I will. I would like to do my favorite combo of one wool, one sock yarn, and one mohair.
The fuzz factor.
Because I like the fuzz factor in stockinette, and it looks like I could get a really nice, solid, thick fabric with the halo of the mohair going on in that zip. I think it would be so cozy.
I think so
I'm excited.
Too, yeah. I actually, this is a question to ask before we move into chatting about the Olympics, if we ever truly get there. I am curious. So the three of us are going to be going to Knit City, Toronto at the end of March.
Yep.
This is our 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th Knit City that we will be attending.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very grateful that we have the opportunity to go and that that we have a place to stay and that we have the means to do it. Very privileged in that. I am curious if you have shopping lists, because we've mentioned on the pod that we've changed how we approach knitting and yarn festivals to be more mindful and to be more budget friendly.
Yeah.
For ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious if you have a shopping list. I have a couple of things already.
I do not have a shopping list myself.
Okay.
But that's because I'm not looking to stock up at Knit City. I'm not on a yarn ban. I just don't have any like.
There's nothing you need.
There's nothing right now that I feel like I need to get that I wouldn't be able to find elsewhere.
Yeah.
I do want to browse. I do want to allow myself a couple of impulse buys. But I don't have a list because I don't really have like a big need of something at the moment. I think if I were to splurge, I will splurge on fiber, because this year I'm putting a little bit more effort on my spinning, and I want to spin to knit socks. So that's probably where I would go. I would go for fiber.
I definitely have a shopping list.
Yep.
Mostly because I'm trying to relax and not spend 5 paychecks in a row. Maybe not, but a lot of money. So right now my shopping list only has like really the yarn I need for my partner's project, whatever needles. If I don't think I need needles, but if I do, that's what I would go for. I might go for maybe whatever quantity of yarn I might need for the second project I want to do after, but it's not a necessity. I think it's more of a thing of, if I see something that really catches my eye and that meets that criteria, I will buy it, but if not, it's not the end of the world. His, though, like the first one, yes, that I really want to leave with his yarn, because otherwise it's going to be annoying. Like, because I want to start it. Like, I'm excited to start it. So, I definitely want to, but it really depends on, and he's trusting me to find, like, to choose the color, and I'm like, oh, because I was like, what color do you want? He's like, I don't know. You decide. I'm like, oh, really? Nice. Pink it is. And the thing is, he would be okay because he loves pink, so.
It's a good color on everyone, pink.
It is. I don't know what color I want. I'm trying to think what color I want. He's not going to watch this, so I don't think it matters if I talk about it now. But because he has a lot of like grays and blacks, and he has a lot of
what about like a dark green, like?
Well, he has a few of those, and I was thinking a green, but I was thinking more like a mint green, or like like not mint, but like sage, maybe. Sage would be the like where it's like like
sage
soft,
would be so nice,
right? Like because he's a redhead, so I kind of like the idea of it. Like we're not doing orange, is what I'm saying, but a green would probably work well. It really depends on if I find the yarn in the right weight, in the right color, obviously. But if I were to find something like that, that's probably would be my first choice. Other than that, he's very much into like soft blues, but he has so much of it that I'm like, maybe not soft blue, because you have a lot of that already. I kind of want to give him something a little different.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the list for you?
For me?
No.
Nothing for you?
Nope. No, because I really want to focus on whatever yarn I already have in my stash.
Okay.
So,
well, that's good of you.
Obviously, if I go, because I am going to be going through all the projects in the books that I'm for the year. So when I look at all the projects, if I see that there is yarn that I don't have for a specific project, then yes, that I would add that to my list. Yeah. But it wouldn't be a necessity, because I also have Twist in August. So like I think it would be more of a like, we'll see if I need, but I don't need anything. I don't need any accessories. I'm just there for the vibes.
I would love to find some cones now that I'm thinking about it, because it's hard to find sock wool on the cone here locally. And now that I have a circular sock machine, it really does work better with yarn from the cone. But I haven't found a place here in Ottawa, at least, where I can buy, like, go see them and touch them and see the color and get like the big cones of sock yarn.
There's La Bobineuse in Montreal.
They do
cones, but I don't know if they do sock yarn.
Yeah, so, I'm really looking for something that will like be like self-striping, or at least that has that 80-20 content.
But I'm thinking next to La Bobineuse. Where is it? I have it. La Maison Tricotée. Okay. La Maison Tricotée, they have a lot of cones. a lot of cones.
Okay.
So if I would try to see what they have
I wonder if they're
first.
coming to Knit City.
Good question.
Don't know.
I don't think so.
Don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen them anywhere because they're like.
I don't think I've seen them at Knit City, Montreal.
No. If anything, it just means we have a Montreal.
Oh no! Well, there's a new yarn shop in Montreal. that
Yeah,
opened
we already
recently, so...
thought about like going. So, oh no, shopping trip. Like,
I would love to go on a Montreal yarn trip.
Ooh, I'm gonna be in Montreal in June for a bachelorette. Maybe I'll sneak away from the group.
Sneak away and just go check.
Yeah.
Send me a little picky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
But
yeah.
that would be fun too. I think. Well, I'll leave that for another time. Like a big road trip. A big yarn crawl road trip.
But yeah, cones is definitely
Cones is something that
a lot of people don't think about cones because even if you don't necessarily use a machine,
very economical though when you buy them.
like you're saving money by buying them. I find.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Yep.
the question that I have right now is like I know that if you're a yarn dyer, you need to buy yarn on the cone in order
Not
to
necessarily.
buy.
No, a lot of dyers can get by the hank.
Oh, is that right?
Mm.
I am misinformed.
It depends on the mill. It depends on the mill where you're purchasing from.
Right, okay. Well, I guess I'm starting a mill.
We need more of them.
We sure do. We sure
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
Yep.
What's on your list?
So my list is last year at Knit City, I bought the yarn for the colorwork portion of the Kintra sweater.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca Clow, stand account. So this year I'm going to go back to the same booth and find a main color.
Okay.
Who was the dyer? Do you remember?
Rose Hill Yarns.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rose Hill yarn.
I
Oh
bought-
my
I
God.
bought
I
a-
gag over their pictures sometimes.
I bought a 4 skein, like a 450 grams skein to do the color work.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
it's like blue and like fuchsia and it's like really
That's
saturated
really nice.
colors. So I couldn't decide last year what the main color would be. So I was like, I'm going to wait till next year to decide.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, don't know. No clue still. We'll figure it out. But then,
Now
so
I'm
yeah.
thinking about color contrasts with like blues and pink, and I can't think of any.
What I'll
other than,
probably
like,
end up
gray.
doing is just ask the dyer to be like, hey, I bought this set last year.
What
would you recommend? And then buy what she recommends.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Right?
They would know better, right? They
Yeah.
have an eye for color.
Exactly. So the main color for that sweater, last year, again, I'm kind of like stacking on purchases that I've made in the past for projects.
That's a really smart approach.
Last year at Knit City, I bought 2 skeins of this like citrine green yarn from the Wandering Flock to
Yeah.
make a vest. And
It's sad that I actually know exactly the yarn you're talking about because I remember looking
and
at it.
I thought about it in the moment, but then I was like, no, I'm fine. And then after when we were driving back from Montreal, I was like, I should have bought it, but I want to get the matching mohair so I can make a fuzzy vest.
That's so nice.
Right? So if they have the colorway in stock, then it's meant to be. I'll buy the 2 skeins of mohair,
Mm-hmm.
and I will have a fuzzy vest. If not, I'll just make the vest and it without the fuzz, and it'll be wonderful, but it just won't be fuzzy. And then I want to get another drop spindle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Any
yeah.
specific like features about it that you want to try?
So I have right now at home. I have a bottom whorl and I have a top whorl.
Yeah.
And they're both drop spindles. I don't have any supported. I don't have any Turkish yet. I should say I don't have any of those yet. I think what I would do is either a top whorl spindle, but I do kind of want to try a Turkish one.
Yeah.
So I'm debating maybe getting a Turkish one instead, even though I prefer the top whorl.
I really like my Turkish spindle.
Yeah.
The Turkish spindle, if you're not familiar, is instead of a circular whorl
That is fixed.
it has a removable 2 sticks at the bottom that form a cross, and then the stem goes through both. So it is functionally like a bottom whorl spindle, but when you are spinning and you've got a good length, instead of building a cup around the stem, you build a turtle around the
there's
the
a specific
cross.
wrapping pattern you have to do.
Yeah.
But it means that you can take the pieces out and have a perfectly created ball.
Yeah, and it's going to be a center pull ball.
Yeah.
So it's really good for
So.
plying afterwards because you can take from the middle and from the end and keep the same ball
Yeah.
in your hand while you're plying, which is
Yeah.
quite
Helpful.
quite convenient.
Very
yeah.
helpful. Yeah. So I want to get another drop spindle. But I watched this podcast called Needles at the Ready. It is the most adorable married couple based in, I want to say like Rhode Island or something like that. Kevin and Ray, they are freaking hilarious. And Kevin is a huge spinner. He spins a lot. And he was talking about, I was watching their episode from Rhinebeck this past year, so like from October, and he was talking about how they went to a specific stall in like years past because he wanted a very specific spinning wheel, like an electric spinning wheel. So he like bought it at the festival because he didn't want to wait to have it shipped. And so I was like, oh, should I do that? Should I be incredibly impulsive and buy a spinning wheel at a yarn festival in a city 4.5 hours away from my hometown?
Why not?
I don't know how to spin on a spinning wheel, but I could learn.
Oh, speaking of a spinning wheel, I treated myself to a nano eel wheel.
Yeah.
AKA ew. Because when you buy it, it's EEW. The
electric eel wheel.
Nano electric eel wheel, which is a miniature electric spinning wheel. That's very compact, and I've wanted it for a few years.
Tabletop one, yeah.
A tabletop one, but it's been out of stock every time I checked, and I completely forgot about it until I saw a YouTube video last week of someone using it, and I was like, the Nano, let me check if it's back in stock, and it was. So I bought it. It was $130 US, and I was like, fantastic, I can swing that, no problem. Mm-hmm. It's part of my personal development budget. And then I got tariffs.
Oh God!
How much were they?
$70.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay, better than $70 US.
Yeah, but it brought it almost to twice the amount that I wanted to pay, and I feel really like silly about it because I should have thought about the tariffs, and I didn't check if it counted, and now I've spent a lot more money than I wanted. But I'm still excited to get.
You're gonna love it.
I'm still excited to get the electric spinner. But I'm just like miffed, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I forgot about the gosh darn
those
tariffs.
Things.
Yo, apparently, and I haven't read too deeply into this yet because it's been Olympic hockey time.
Oh.
But the Supreme Court just struck down the Trump tariffs as being like...
The U.S. Supreme Court?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he had them in his pocket.
Maybe on some things.
Yeah. I really
maybe they're like,
I can't remember because I only read the headline. I didn't read the article when I saw it this morning. But I think it was considered unconstitutional or like an overreach of presidential power or something like that.
Really?
So...
I just want to buy U.S.-made electric spinners and have to pay a fair price and not an additional 60% of the value of the item.
There are a lot of like small businesses or even not so small businesses between Canada and U.S. that felt the tariffs, right?
Yeah.
So it has impacted.
Well, they weren't feeling the tariffs. They were feeling people not wanting to purchase cross-border because they themselves did not want to pay the tariff.
Yeah, which is fair. Like, I don't want to buy anything
The consumer
American.
is who pays, not the producer.
That's what really I find funny. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, they
think, oh, no, it'll be... No, but you're the one who's going to pay.
It doesn't help that in a lot of cases... the way it was presented by right-wing media was distorted.
We're going to get so much money. Something like that. Like, I forgot. Like, they said, like, they were going to get so much money from other countries, but not realizing that...
China's going to pay the tariffs. No, they're not.
That's not
China's going to change their agreement and go trade elsewhere with a different country.
Well, that's what ended up happening.
Yep.
A lot
soybeans
of
and
different countries ended up, like, making trade deals with other countries that are not U.S. So they're excluding U.S. from a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of China, we just had the Chinese New Year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Happy Lunar New Year.
Did you guys observe it?
Yes.
I'm so sad to report, once again, I forgot to buy mooncakes. So I have yet to eat a mooncake.
What year is it?
Fire horse.
The horse, yes.
Year of the fire horse. Do I know what that means? No. But... Happy Year of the Fire Horse.
Mm-hmm. My friend had a dumpling making party.
Cute.
So I went to their dumpling making party and it was so much fun. So she made the mixture ahead of time and we just like sat around the table and like would like dip the little things and like in water and then put a little bit and fold it up in fun creative ways. It was so much fun as like a like a small little arts and crafts edible activity. But also, like, we took the time to, like, read about it, because, like, I'm not very, like, versed in the cultural significance of the Chinese New Year, but I know that it's, like, a big celebratory thing, and it's about, you know, like, new beginnings and preparing for receiving good fortune in the new year, and that's something that I can definitely relate to. So I read a little bit about it, and it one thing that stuck with me is that this is, like, not time for you to start new things, but time for you to kind of close loops on what you've got, so that you just, you know, have a refreshed blank slate to be able to, you know, like I said, receive new things when they come along. And so it's not about, like, you know, like, I'm gonna, like, make a resolution of all of the things that I'm gonna do during the year, like we do in the West, which is, I think, a much softer, more hopeful approach that I quite liked. Like, there's no expectation for me to over deliver right now. It's just an expectation to relax, get refreshed, clean your space, and be ready to receive good fortune, which is, I need good fortune. I want it.
Amen.
Amen.
I've knit a hair into my sock, and I don't know how many rows ago it was, but now there's hair knit into my sock.
Do you know that's how you get
good luck, I hope?
No, I was gonna say that's how you get rid of the curse of the sweater. If you're knitting a sweater for your sweetie, and you don't want to be affected by the curse, you knit your own hair.
Really?
Into it, and then the curse can't get you.
That's interesting.
Okay.
I saw that on Instagram today.
Well,
I mean, who doesn't knit their own hair?
I was gonna say, I feel like if you have
it's impossible.
If you have hair that's longer than, like, 2 inches long, you have to
probably.
It's ending up in your crafting regardless.
Dude, my cat's hair get in my knitting, and their hair is, like, not as long as mine, right? So, like, I feel like any hair gets in.
I absolutely knit my hair into my stuff.
And Bilbo's.
I
feel like I knit Bilbo's hair into my stuff, and I don't
We
even
probably all have Bilbo hair, considering that we knit
He
here.
sheds like it's nobody's business. Twice a year, not just in the spring. Yep.
He's so he's just off camera in his dog bed, so unbothered.
Unbothered.
Does not care
Sleeping,
at all.
Napping.
In his lane.
Living his best pug life.
Yeah, living his life.
Oh, to have the life of a pampered pug.
A pampered pet, indoors pet. That's how
Eating,
I want to
sleeping, pooping.
I want to be reincarnated in any pet. I don't care what type of pet it is, but, like, a cherished indoor pet that lives a nice, unbothered life, where most of my life is sleeping, whether it's under a lamp or the sun, or, like, that's what I want.
I think you want to be a lizard.
Yeah.
Lizard.
Listen.
Lizard.
Listen.
Lizard.
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 Like, I don't know about you guys, but right now I'm in a, like, position, I guess, whatever, where I never feel rested. Like, there's not a day that I don't feel fully 100% rested. Like, I'm like,
that's just February, bro.
No, I think that's just being a millennial.
Yeah, there's that too. Like,
in today's economy,
generational exhaustion.
I feel like I'm just racking up sleep debt, which, to be fair, I do sleep. But I never feel rested either way. And I want to be in a, like, that. This is why when I get reincarnated, I want to be reincarnated in something that just sleeps all day, so I can say, hey, now I don't have to worry, no stress, no responsibilities, no pressure,
Apparently,
just
someone's
sleep.
gonna feed me my kibble.
Apparently there is something as too much sleep.
Yes.
Is that right?
So it is a thing. I've heard that.
It can be a migraine trigger.
Actually, I read that in a book once, a fiction book, where the character, it's in one of the books from Amélie Nothomb, I forgot which one, and the protagonist, the female protagonist, is sleeps so much that she can't stay awake. So it's to a point where you sleep so much you don't know how to be awake. Yeah. You're literally too tired to be awake.
It can have an effect on your cognitive ability as well, and and lots of stuff.
I was just thinking, like, you gotta get up sometimes to eat and go to the
and
bathroom.
and that's the thing. And they in the, if I remember correctly in the book, like there are moments when this person is like awake, but like it doesn't last long because it's essentially you've conditioned your body to being in that hibernated state for so long that you don't function well when you're awake anymore. I don't think it happens on a regular basis, but it's not, like it's
well,
very
I
interesting.
I feel like this might be slightly more extreme in the sense that because it's in a fiction book, there was opportunity for
but I also did research afterwards, and it is a thing. It does happen, but in some cases it's literally a medical condition. Like it's not just because they slept too much. It's like there's such a thing. What's the name?
Narcolepsy?
Yeah, narcolepsy, where you just sleep all the time. It's
no, not where you sleep all the time. Where you fall asleep inadvertently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's like you fall asleep anywhere, right? Is that
no. What it is essentially your brain. It goes like your brain is doing its thing, and then it goes
turns
sleep
off.
time, and then it just you drop into sleep.
It's a little different
without intention. Like your brain just like does it on demand, and
scary.
then you wake up again. Like it could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. But like you don't have control over when your brain tells you to fall asleep.
Brain, what is happening?
My neurologist asks me that question every time I see him.
Brain, come on.
Brain, let's talk.
He's like, your brain is not braining. And I'm like, you are not.
Don't I know
it? Dude, oh my God. So I've been chasing down some sinus related issues for a couple of months, and I finally have an answer. Yay. But at one point, my allergist, he did a skin prick test, and it came back very strange. And he goes, you are such an anomaly. And I was like, you are not the first doctor to tell me that. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, literally every time I see my neurologist, he's like, that's an anomalous result. And I'm like, yes, Dr. G, that is a strange result.
Good observation.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yep. Yeah. No.
Oh,
we're good. We're good. We're caught up. So, but yeah, no, fun times.
You know what was fun times? What I wanted to talk about today is I found a lot of joy in watching clips of the crowd at the Olympics and seeing how many people were crafting. Mm-hmm. There were knitters, there were crocheters, a lot of knitters I will say, which is kind of like the first thing that I identified. But it made me think about 4 years ago that we had Tom Daly?
At the Summers. 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Actually, no, I feel like it's been multiple Olympics.
I feel like it's been a lot more because he was in 2 Olympics in a row.
Was it Rio 2020?
It might have been.
I think that he first came to the forefront.
Yeah, and I remember that time being
Or no, 2020 was Tokyo, wasn't it? Paris?
Oh, girl,
no.
I really don't remember.
Rio was 2016. I think Tokyo was 2020. 2024 was...
Rio was 2016.
Yeah. So then maybe it was Tokyo, or 2020. Potentially Tokyo, question mark? I can't remember.
Potentially the Tokyo ones, where we had that, it was, surprising to see an Olympic athlete work on their knitting project in between events.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was sort of like a parting waters for more people to kind of come out of the work and be like, I also am an artist and also an athlete. And even people on the stands that were just observing, right? Supporting their team.
Well, I can guarantee you that a lot of the athletes who do knit or crochet do it because it's a way to kind of zone in and funnel that energy.
That's what several of them have said.
Yeah, it's a way for them to just focus before. Imagine the amount of pressure that your own brain, let alone the rest of the world, your own brain puts on you during those moments. Well, so I can only imagine they need something to
There was one Canadian biathlete who probably was the first one to go viral of this games for their knitting and sporting content, and his name is Adam Runnels. Canadian biathlete, was working on a sweater during the Olympics. He was interviewed by CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Company, during said Olympics, and he was asked why exactly he likes to knit, and he's like, I find it so therapeutic because it gives me the opportunity to just exist outside of skiing.
Yeah.
He's like, it gives me a chance to focus in on something that I don't have to be good at, that I don't have to be like at the top of my game
Yep.
of. He's like, it gives me a chance to do something that just
Is.
yeah. It was a really, really kind of like really nice answer that he gave about it.
That's so
So
interesting.
To be fair, it's essentially what he's saying is he's just trying to enjoy a hobby without the
Without
pressure of it
Yeah.
being something more than just a hobby,
Yeah.
something that you enjoy doing for the sake of enjoyment.
doing it.
and
Yeah.
it makes sense that someone in a highly competitive
Mhm.
environment would want to have something outside of that competitive environment that they can do at their own pace on their own
Yeah.
time.
I find a lot of peace in doing this kind of fiber art outside of my day job, you know? Oh,
Yeah.
the dog is up again.
He's up.
Hi.
He's up
Welcome
again.
here.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome here.
He's like, oh yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Hello.
But, oh.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know where
just
we're going,
cat.
but
He's back. Okay.
I love how he has to step on everybody. He's
Yeah.
like, the world will know I am here.
Yep.
Oh, bad news. I removed my stitch marker and I don't remember where it was.
Oh no.
Well, we'll figure it out later.
Does it matter?
It kind of matters.
Wait,
We'll
what
figure
was
it
it for? Like beginning of round?
The beginning of a round. It's
But
alright.
you're just it's
Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
but you're knitting a tube. It doesn't. It's like a twist, a helix. It doesn't really matter where your beginning of round is, does it?
Well,
We're so used to it. We just go like this.
No. There's. What are you doing? You want the blanket? Is that what you want? Are we blanketing?
he wants to make a nest.
Okay.
Oh, he's
Do you want
gonna
me to
make
open
a
this up for you?
Yep.
Nesting
There
away.
we go.
There
Yep,
we go.
Comfy
Okay.
mountain.
I love when they do that. When
Dog
they do
butt,
the little like
dog butt.
that.
Oh.
So what I was saying before I was cutely interrupted by this adorable doggo is that I also find a lot of peace and, I guess, returning to my own like self outside of my day job when I knit and crochet.
Yeah.
And I can definitely relate to how like that athlete, for example, is trying to do something that's just for himself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, not something that's going to be evaluated, scrutinized, observed, you know, like
That people are
scored
gonna
on
comment
something
on.
that
or-
people are going to comment on. It's just something for him to do for himself. And it's so nice, and I totally see how that would be beneficial to a lot of people with high stress jobs,
Mhm.
not just athletes.
Yeah.
No, I knew,
Yeah.
like, honestly, regardless of whether you have a high stress job or not, I think if you don't have something that you enjoy doing just for the sake of doing it, and not for the purpose of pleasing somebody else
Yeah.
or getting validation from somebody else, an external source, something is lacking in your life, in my opinion. Like, in the sense that, like, I feel like part of the human experience is to have that thing. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. It's whatever you want it to be. But that thing that you can explore and take, like, love and grow in, or like, you know, learn in, because it's not going to be perfect by any means. But to not have that, to me, it's like, it's almost like you're not experiencing life.
Your full humanity.
Like the full human experience, I want to say, like, because it's such an integral part of just being human, is to
like,
enjoy something without the pressure of what society expects you to do or not do, or, you know, how they expect you to enjoy it. Like, you enjoy it the way that you want to, because that's what it should be. Like, we are so conditioned to believe that we live in this world where you're born, you know, like, you go to school, get a job, family, like, it's all things that have been put in place thousands of years before, well, maybe not thousands, but like many years before we were born. And then we're kind of like thrust into this world where so many expectations are put on about just being a human. Forget, like, that's just the you know, the most basic. It's just, you're a human, you need to and we kind of forget, maybe, you know, like, a part of me understands, like I said, as I grow older, a part of me understands the hermit that just wants to live in the woods and do their own thing and not have to worry about anybody else looking at them or caring. Because it's kind of crazy that we do these things and then we just, that's it, we're done, we're out.
Good old society and its expectations.
So I guess what I'm
know.
saying is, please enjoy one thing, at least.
Please
that
enjoy many things.
yeah, if you can enjoy many things, that's even better. But, like, at least enjoy one thing that is just yours, and it doesn't have to be anybody else's.
This
It can
is why
just
I'm
be your own little thing.
never gonna take commissions or monetize my crafting.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's, oh my God, there's this funny story that our friend tells from her birthday party where I was talking to one of her other friends, and she was commenting on a sweater that I was wearing that I had knit, and she's like, oh my God, like, I would love to, like, have you make something for me. And I was like, oh man, how much do you think this sweater cost? And she goes, I don't know, like $50. And I was like, this was $200 worth of yarn. And she says so loudly that everybody else at the table stops what they're doing and turns to look back at her. $200?
And that's just the yarn.
And that's just the materials. And she was so surprised that, yeah, I could never.
That's
I could
not
never
even counting
monetize.
the years of practice and skill
Yep,
building that
exactly.
you did.
I was saying this to my friends that I watched the game with this morning, that one of my coworkers has said on several, I have this like light blue toasted tee that I wear to work regularly, and one of my coworkers has commented on it, and she said several times, she's like, I'd love to commission you to make me one. And I was like,
I don't take commissions.
first of all, I don't take commissions. Second of all, this is a lot more than you think you're asking for. And she's like, how do you mean? And I was like, well, the t-shirt itself was like $70 worth of yarn, right? And then the time, I was like, this shirt alone, probably about like 40, 50 hours of work. And she's like, oh, wow. And I'm like, yes. And I charge $50 an hour. And she was like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah. And then she's asked out of curiosity, not because she like disagreed with it. But she's like, how did you get that number? And I was like, well, I have been in my current career since, if I count from graduate school, I've been in my current career since 2000 and... Sorry. I'm just trying to do the math in my head and I'm failing abjectly. So I got into my current career path in 2015. Let's say, let's just use that. So it's 11 years that I've been doing my current career path. I'm currently being paid about $38 Canadian an hour. That's 11 years of experience. Yeah. I have been knitting since I was 18 and I'm going to be 34 in like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So how many years is that? That's 16 years, I think. 16 years I've been knitting. So I think escalating that from 38 for that extra 5 years, 6 years of experience, 7 years of experience to $50 is more than fair. And she was like, you're right, that is a fair number. Damn, that's a long time to knit a thing. And I was like,
yeah.
Because I was using fingering weight.
And that's, like, you might not agree with me on this one, but like if taking commissions are meant to give you a profit, then your labor counts as a cost, not as profit, right? So if you were to take a commission where you only charge enough to pay for the labor and to pay for the materials, you're actually working for free.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
You're not making any money out of that.
No, and I firmly believe that handmade anything of any discipline should be costed and sold equivalently to haute couture. Like, the way that haute couture is costed is the cost of materials and the cost of labor, and people recognize that, like, oh, you're beating this giant gown, and it's going to cost...
One beat at a time.
One beat at a time, all by hand. It's a team of, like, 6 artisans doing it over 5 months. People are willing to pay the thousands of dollars for that because they recognize the value in the labor and materials. Mm-hmm. Why is it that handcrafted is not also valued the same? Well, I'm working against that by saying...
I'm not going to monetize
I'm not going to monetize. And if I am in a position where I feel like, yes, I would take a commission, I will charge accordingly. Cost of materials and my labor at minimum.
Yeah.
I think there's still a way to make a living out of this kind of art. And I make an effort to say art because I take an issue with the word craft. When we talk about profitability, I take an issue with people calling this a craft. If you're doing it for fun and for a hobby, absolutely, arts and crafts time, right? But if you're doing it professionally, as in like you're looking to make a living out of it, I do believe this is art and should be sold as art. But what I was going to say, I think there is a way to make a living out of this art that doesn't require you to exchange hour of life for hour of payment. Yeah. Like designing is one, teaching is another one. Maybe like building a collection and showing it as an art exhibition could be another one. Like this can be a medium for you to make a living, much like painting and photography are. But I don't think the world is ready
Nope, I don't think so.
for something like that. Although I did know, learn that there is a textile museum in Toronto. I
And
want
a
to go
shoe
check
museum.
it out. And a shoe museum.
The Bada Shoe Museum,
Where is that one?
downtown Toronto.
Is it really? Okay, we gotta go to Toronto then.
Well, guess
we're
what?
going.
2 months from now.
Yeah,
barely.
not
Actually,
even.
1 month from now we're going.
gonna
Can we
say.
go to the shoe museum?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
If
I'm
it's
so
open.
happy to go. Ah, shoes!
I would say why not?
And my guys, we've been talking for 2 hours and I'm starving.
Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog.
Or
it's
quiet diggity dog.
quiet diggity
Quiet
dog.
diggity
He's very hot. He's usually
very warm.
overheating.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
double-coated.
very on this side of me is quite warm right now.
And I am starving, so I think it's time for us to do a quick round of Knitspiration and call it a day.
Yeah.
So, Knitspiration is where we share with you what patterns, textures, like media or people are inspiring us this week in our own practice. So let's see what we have in store for you today. Love that. Who would like to go first?
I will, because I have it already pulled up.
Tell us.
So my inspiration today, seeing as it was just Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, depending on where you are from, terms are used interchangeably, is the... I don't know if this will show. Oh my gosh.
Ooh!
Oh!
I recognize
Yeah, I
that.
know these.
These are the Year of the Horse socks by friend of the pod, Marie-Elise Dugal. I'm very excited to knit them. I have to go get, I don't think I have free needles, so I think I have to go get some needles to do that. But I'm really excited to knit them. They are a cabled sock pattern, and I actually have one of the yarns caked up. I was planning to cast on the cuff, but then I realized I didn't have the needles, and there's 2 colors. But I'm planning to knit them in this like really nice light pink color.
Nice.
And I'm really excited because it was just Lunar New Year, so the sock pattern just came out. I knit her Year of the Snakes pattern. I tested her Year of the Snakes pattern last year, and I love them so much. So I think that I will be knitting her, and if she does more Zodiac patterns in the future, or not Zodiac.
Horoscope.
Not horoscope.
Chinese.
It is Chinese Zodiac.
Yeah. Chinese Zodiac? Okay.
Chinese.
Well, if she creates more patterns around the Lunar New Year in the future, then I will definitely be knitting them again in the future. But I'm feeling like I'm really in like the cable-y lace sock mode right now.
You are.
I know, I'm like, gimme, gimme, gimme.
You're in color work mode,
Mhm.
and you're in cable mode,
Yeah.
and I'm in crochet mode.
I think it's because all of the projects that I currently have on my needles are all at stockinette point, so I'm like, I want to do something with my brain.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? What's inspiring you?
What's inspiring me is kind of a weird thing because it's not really inspiring me; it's doing the opposite-ish.
Oh.
So it's
Putting you off.
my old sweaters or my
Huh?
old projects. And I actually wanted to talk about this today for like 3 seconds. So the thing that inspires me, I guess, is cleaning my closet. Right? It's February, so I'm feeling the itch of spring cleaning my clothes specifically, and there's sweaters in there that I made years ago. We're talking like when I first started knitting, that I don't wear. I have not worn in 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and I don't feel that I'm ever going to want to wear them again, and I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if I want to give them away, because a part of me is like, but I made them. There's so much effort put into making them, but at the same time, they're just gathering dust. Because, I've moved on to other better sweaters.
Yeah.
So I'm a little like, I don't know what to do with them. So
you could, well, depending on like your family members, like you could offer them to your mom is quite knitworthy. Could offer her.
Yeah,
some.
I don't know if it. One of them would be. So
You
that could work.
You could rescue the yarn. You could unravel and start over with
Yeah.
some of them.
That's a really good idea.
If you love the yarn but you don't love the piece,
Yeah.
you can definitely rescue it and work it into something else that you would like.
Yeah, that's a
If
really
you
good
don't
idea.
like the sweater and you don't like the yarn, that's a great opportunity for you to offload it to someone else.
Gift it to someone else.
Gift it, yeah.
Gift it or donate it to, for example, Dress for Success. if it's like a more dressy kind of piece, you can donate it there, or to a local organization that might just give it to someone who needs extra warmth and doesn't mind like the specific design things.
Yep.
That's a good idea. So that's, I guess right now it's my closet and getting rid of stuff. That's inspiring me.
Spring cleaning, baby.
Spring cleaning. I'm currently inspired by Anna Hunter from Long Way Homestead. Long Way Homestead is in Manitoba. We took a lecture with Anna Hunter on the Canadian fiber shed.
Mid-City Montreal, our first year, 2023.
Yeah. And I've been following her since then, and what she does, she's a sheep farmer, but what she does is mostly educational and research and networking and enabling connections, and she's coming up with a new book called The True Cost of Wool. And it's Canadian focused, and I'm really itching to get it in my hands. I'm in the Libby waitlist already because I wanna read it as soon as possible. But I'm really inspired about her passion for showcasing Canadian wool in a way that returns us to a sustainable practice and production cycle, but more importantly, that reconnects us with what is natural and can be found in this land. I think that is a really worthy endeavor, and one that I'm looking forward to learning more about and using more in my own crafting practice or art practice if I do choose to make money out of it.
She is an industry builder, I think is fair to say.
That is a really good term. She is an industry builder.
Yeah, because when we had the seminar with her in 2022, she talked about how part of the reason the Canadian wool industry is so small currently is because we don't have the capacity for scouring and cleaning wool after it's been sheared. There are a few mills in the country, and their output is small in comparison to some other mills in like the US and in the UK, but part of our logjam is that we don't have the facilities to clean the wool before it can be spun up. And how she was like, you have to look at the whole process, find where the gaps are, and seek to fill those gaps first before we can start expanding the industry as a whole. Because you can't scale an industry if there's one choke point. It's going to slow everything down again, and you're not going to see the progress you want to. So it was a really interesting conversation, and she works really closely with the Great Canadian Fiber Shed to make those connections between farmers and mills and scouring places and dyers and things like that, to give the industry as a whole, the Canadian wool industry, the ability to grow by creating those connections.
So I'm really inspired by her work, and this week felt extra special because I kept like getting tidbits of that new book that came out, and I'm excited to read it. So hopefully that inspires some of you as well. Thank you so much for being with us. We are your three pearls. I'm Anahí.
I'm Carine.
And I'm Allie.
And we'll see you again for another Purl Perspectives live stream 2 weeks from now. Be well, get cozy, and we'll
stay
see
warm.
you again soon. Stay warm.
Yeah.
Bye.